Now, I want you to picture this. You've just made yourself a delicious hot cup of water, and you're about to sit down to open up your email when you start to feel a little bit stressed. You know, as well as I know, that your email is a complete mess. You have more unread mails than you can even count. If this sounds familiar to you, then we're the same. We both have a problem. That's okay. That's okay. Everybody has problems, right? But we're gonna work on it today. So for the longest of time, my mail was messy. Like, it was beyond messy. It was so messy that I used to create new emails to get a fresh start, and then they became messy, so I created new mails to get a fresh start, and then they became messy. Last week I decided no more. And the war against a messy inbox was won. All right? It's super simple, and in reality there are just like 3 basic steps. Step 1 for me was that I decided to create labels to better help me organize where specific mails should be. For instance, if you look at my mail right now, look how beautiful it is. There's nothing here. Don't you just feel like your mind can just relax? No more stress, no more, do I have to read this or this? No more. Anyways, step 1. I created labels and I have them in colors. Step 2 was to organize and delete emails. Now here, the fast way is to delete everything. But if you're like me and you have like anxiety about that there might be some mails that you don't want to delete, you just have to go through everything. And that's what I did. It took me a few hours, and eventually I did it, and then I just went through every single mail and just delete the ones that I didn't like and put the rest in the folders that they belong. And step number 3 is to live happily ever after clutter-free with a clutter-free email, right? By, keeping it simple and always doing things that you should do. Make sense? I don't know. I'll show you how I did this, all right? So the first thing I would recommend is to press more and go all the way down and you click manage labels, all right? And here I would recommend that you just hide everything. What this does is that it hides the things that are below the inbox. If you look at one other mail that I have here, you can see that I have everything: starts, new, sent, drafts, unwanted, and 461 unread mails. Woohoo! Anyways, and everything is messy here. So I would recommend that you just hide everything and then you create new labels. That's at least what I did. After that, if you press more, you can go here to create new labels. Click that and we can do a new label here: tutorial on clutter madness. All right, create. And as you can see, it ends up here, all right, in below the inbox. If you want to create a label the color, all you have to do is just press the 3 dots that are here and go to a color, pick a beautiful color. This color is super nice, and voila, you're one step closer to a clutter-free inbox. This is so cringy. Clutter. Anyways, this is practical. If you don't want to have your label underneath the inbox and you want to hide it, all you have to do is just drag it by clicking and dragging it down here. And now it's in the More tab. I personally only like to have important mails that I deal with a lot up here, and other mails, you see I have another mail here, Kaup av nätet, it means spying of internet. These are mails that I like to keep, but I don't want, to throw them away yet. All right, I also have one here, random, which is a bunch of random mails that I didn't want to delete. All right, note that you can also create sub-labels underneath, and that you do that by just clicking and then add sub-label. So beneath every category or label, I create other sub-labels to organize the organized label. So it's organizing the organized stuff. You dig? All right. Now, after you've done your labels, it's time to delete everything. The fastest way is just basically to delete everything by, going here in the inbox, here, clicking this. If I show you on the other mail, click here, bam, and just delete and do this until there are no more mails. However, if you're like me and you want to look through them, you just have to do it. I recommend, grab yourself your hot water, your favorite hot water, and drink it, and do the work. And eventually your mail will look like this. Now the beautiful part, let me see if I have the name of her. 1 second. Una pregunta. That's Spanish. I don't know Spanish. Now, the beautiful part of having a mailbox that looks like this is that you never will have to clean it again, because now you know where everything belongs, and the only thing you have to do is to put the mails where they belong. Do they belong in the bin? You put them in the bin. Do they belong where in the other categories? You put them in the other categories. Like this morning, I received a few mails. Some of them I put in the bin because those mails belong in the bin. And the rest I put in the categories that I wanted them to be. Now, I read this book I'm listening to this book by, what's her name again? Marie Konto, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying. I highly recommend it. I'll link it down below in the description. It's better to say link it in the description down below, right? I'll link it in the description down below, guys. So she has a thing that completely revolutionized the way I think about tidying, is that she only likes to tidy once. Now, she's a freak in tidying. She really, really, really likes to tidying. That's her thing. Now, my thing is not necessarily tidying, but having a tidy space really helps your mind. If you don't have to think about all that clutter everywhere, your mind can wander freely, and it becomes so much more like that. Everybody knows that. It's so much more nice to sit down in a space that is clean. And with the email box, like if my email box is not a mess, my business and everything is not messy. All right. So she has a thing where she is talking about that you only have to clean a space once. Because once you've cleaned this place throughoutly and you organized it, the only thing you have to do then is to put things back in place. For instance, if I would clean this closet and I would do it just throughoutly, the only thing I have to do then is just to put the things in place where they belong. So you're only basically putting things back so they don't in your way. Am I making this thing clear? English is not, my main language. My native language, my main language. So yeah, that's basically it. Step 1 is creating those labels. I showed you how to do that. Step 2 is getting that deleting process on. Delete everything or go through everything. It's up to you how you roll. If you roll like me or if you roll like you. And step 3 is to keep it like this. And it's so simple. Because there's nothing in your mail anymore. Nobody's sending me mail. This is how my mail looks all the time. Anyways, that's it for me today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I'll promise that I will do my very best to answer you. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.